All right, everyone, I've got a really cool Mustang for you here. 2025 Mustang Dark Horse here in Molten Magenta Metallic. And I do have to say that this color makes this car pop, especially with those red brake calipers. So let's start right here at the front. So you get beautiful LED daytime running lights with your LED lights. As we carry over to the middle here, we can see right here, we've got this kind of matte gray color. And then in the center, we've got a black honeycomb grille right there at the top and then there at the bottom. You do get some side venting there, as we can see. But what I really truly love about this car is these massive 2 intake air vents, which just makes this car look a lot more aggressive here at the front, I do have to say. Now this one doesn't have the handling package, which you can get a bigger front splitter there, but as we can see, it does give you a little bit more ground clearance. Now at the top here on the hood, we can see we've got 3 decals there, and then we also have a hood vent. But on the sides of these decals, you can see it says Mustang Dark Horse, and another cool thing is you got the Mustang logo right there on the windshield. Overall, I do have to say I like this two-tone here with the gray, and then you got some black, as well as that molten magenta here. So that's it at the front. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over this beautiful 5-liter. So underneath the hood here, guys, we've got the naturally aspirated dual throttle body 5-liter V8 producing 500 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 6-speed TREMEC manual transmission. I truly love the 5-liter here. It sounds incredible, and I like the fact that they've got this dual throttle body here. It just looks a little bit more appealing. And then as we can see, this strut brace here showcases the Mustang Dark Horse name, which I think is a nice touch to add. That's it underneath the hood here, guys. Let's take a look around the Mustang and go over its options. So diving around the Mustang Dark Horse here, we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. We're sitting on 255/40 R19s. They are sitting on a Pirelli tire. We can see we've got a bright red brake caliper there that is Brembo, and then we've got a nice matte gray wheel color there. Kind of matches the gray around the car. On the side of the fender here, we've got the Dark Horse badge. The mirror cap here showcases that matte gray as well. And as we look at a side profile view of the car, I think it looks really good. It's still got that aggressive Mustang stance. Now, a couple things to note here is these 2 front doors here are keyless entry, and I'll show you guys what the passenger side looks like. We've got a 2-tone Alcantara and leather seat arrangement here, and we can see we got some blue stitching carried throughout that seat. And then this Alcantara piece is also a blue color. Now it does have an automatic seat adjustment only forward and back. On the door sill here, we can see we've got Mustang Dark Horse. As we carry over to the door panel, we can see we've got that same type of material with some blue stitching. Now here is a look at the back tire and wheel setup. Now the back tire is a 275/40 R19s. So the rim diameter is the same, but the tire is a little bit wider here. And then we do have, again, that red Brembo brake caliper there with an e-brake. So that's it for a side profile view, guys. Let's take a look at the back. So at the back here of the Mustang Dark Horse here, we'll start right here in the middle. We can see we got the Dark Horse badge dead right center. We got LED taillights, which are sequential. As we carry down below, I truly have to say I love this diffuser here. It looks good. We've got your reverse light right there in the center. These quad-tipped exhaust tips are massive, which I think look fantastic. We can see also we've got your parking sensors integrated there in the diffuser. It does come with a rear camera above that Dark Horse badge. As we also can see here, this spoiler is in that dark gray color. Now, we can open up the trunk to give you guys an idea of what that looks like and how deep it is, which it is pretty deep. And then you've got side pockets there with a speaker here in the back. Now that's it for a back view here, guys. Let's take a look at those front seats. I just want to say thank you to Kitchener Ford here in Kitchener, Ontario. Go see my boy Connor. He'll hook you up with a great deal on one of these units. Alrighty, so hopping into the front here of the Mustang Dark Horse, we'll start here with the door panel. We've got a nice soft touch material here at the top with that Alcantara trim here on the side. We got some really cool kind of carbon fiber pattern here. It's not actual carbon fiber, but it's got that weave. You've got a speaker here, memory seating, window and mirror controls here. We've got a speaker down below, and then we've got some blue stitching. Over here on the door sill, we can see we've got Dark Horse here. And as we carry over to the seat, we've got that same type of material carried throughout with some blue stitching. We've got that Alcantara there in the center. But overall, I think the seat looks good, and it is pretty comfy. That's it before we hop in, guys. Let's take a look inside. So inside the Mustang Dark Horse here, we'll start with the steering wheel. The steering wheel feels pretty good. I like the fact that it's got a leather here on the side, and then you got some Alcantara right here in the center of the steering wheel. You do get that kind of trim here that's the same on the door panels here on the bottom of the steering wheel. It is flat bottom, and then you got some blue stitching. But overall, I do have to say it feels good. It feels like a race car, to be honest. Over here on the left, we've got your cruise control settings here with adaptive cruise control. We've got your different mode selection here, lane keeping assist. Over here controls basically your steering adjustments, volume controls, and then this here will control your front infotainment there. So you can kind of play around to figure out what you want. I'll just leave it on trip. Now this screen can change depending on which mode you're in. So right now I'll show you the mode. So we've got normal, we've got custom, and that does give you an animation there, which is pretty nice. You got slippery, you got drag strip, track, sport, and then back to normal. So I'll show you guys what the sport mode looks like. So that's a pretty neat display. Kind of looks like a F-22 Raptor display. And then you got track there, which I think looks good too. Oh, we got low fuel. That's the track. I do think I like this a little bit better, but to be honest, I like that sport or the normal mode. I think it just kind of looks a little bit more normal. Now you can change this to basically a 80s Mustang setup. So one cool thing is here is if you click this Mustang button here on the screen, you can go to cluster theme, and then you can go to classic. I like this, the SVT Cobra. That's a really cool thing that you could do. You can even go to the Fox body ones. I think the Fox bodies are neat too. And then you got a classic 67 to 68 display, which, you know, it's nice to have, right? It's pretty cool. I like, personally, I've got an 03 Mach 1, so I like the displays there just like that. So we'll leave it like that. But like I was saying, it's pretty cool. You can do that. Behind the steering wheel, you've got your toggles here for your turn signals and then your wipers. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, we can open your trunk, and then you get your light controls. It is a telescopic steering wheel, but it is manual. Nothing here at the top. We just got a soft touch material. We've got the Bang & Olufsen speaker right up top there. And as you can see, that, you know, carbon fiber like trim carries throughout on the passenger side. We do get a Dark Horse serial number there, which I think is a nice thing to add. And then you got blue stitching there, as we can see, lower glove box. Now here is your screen. So you've got dual zone climate here. You've got heated seats. So if I click this here, we got heated and ventilated, which is a nice thing to have. We've got your navigation here. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can go to features here, and then you've got driver assistance. If we click that Mustang badge there. So the nice thing is in this setting, when you click that Mustang badge, you can control your exhaust. You also got your cluster theme, which I just showed you. You got your custom mode, auxiliary gauges here you can have. But another cool thing is you can control ambient lighting and then also the display lighting too. So that's also a nice thing to have. You got track apps. We'll hit the home button here, but you know, like, it's just got a really nice navigation here on the screen. It's pretty intuitive and it's responsive too. So that's a nice thing. Down here, we've got obviously two vents there. We've got your push button start, the Mustang badge there that I showed you. You got hazards, favorites, and then your max defrost with your volume. You've got USB and USB-C. No wireless charging pad here. And then we've got a 12 volts. But you do have something here that you can store stuff if needed. Over here on the side, we've got that blue stitching with that soft touch material. Here is your e-brake. So this e-brake is electronic. So to basically, you know, get rid of the e-brake, you just push it down, right? And it will disengage, and then push it all the way up and it will engage, but it just kind of stays like this. Over here, we've got your cup holders. And as we carry over to the center console area, it has a decent pad there, but a not so deep storage pocket with the 12 volts. Now it doesn't have a sunroof, as we can see, but you do get a light switch up here with your sun visor holder. Now, as you guys probably saw, the window stickers just out there. Let's go take a look at that. But overall, I do have to say this interior is pretty nice. Okay, so we've got a window sticker here of 87,960 Canadian for a 2025 Dark Horse Coupe Premium. And then here are the options here. So overall, you know, the Mustang Dark Horse roughly ranges around this price point in Canadian dollars. So that concludes this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this car in the comments. I truly like this, you know, magenta color that they've added here, especially with those red brake calipers. I think it makes it pop. So that's it for this review, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.